Hi, everybody. We're just waiting for more people to join. Yes, I'm on early tonight. Hi. Yes, I am on early tonight. I'll explain here in a minute. Whoever's here, if you could just say hello in the chat so I know who's here, that would be helpful. And if you don't want to say hi, you don't have to. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. If you could just say hello in the chat, I would appreciate it. Hi, Christina. Yeah, I am early tonight. When we get some more people here, I'll explain why. Is there a lag on the video? Can you see and hear me all right? It feels like there's a lag. In fact, I know there's a lag, but that's okay. For those of you who are just joining me, if you could say hello in the chat so I know who's here, I would be eternally grateful. And go ahead and like and subscribe and share. Oh, good. No lag on your end. Okay, that's good. No, I'm not feeling good. That's why we're early tonight. I've got a bout of diverticulitis. This is what happens when Susan tries to get healthy and lower her cholesterol. I decided that I could maybe eat a couple of nuts because of the good cholesterol in it, and that I would be okay. And I was wrong. I had a fever of 101.5 last night, and I'm in pain, but I'm okay. I'm trying to get another fever. That's why I have my hoodie on. I know I don't look very professional right now. And I'm sorry. I do care, but I don't. Not today. So I've just been lounging around, laying on the sofa all day. But I knew that we had to do Scrivener tonight because everybody has been asking about Scrivener, and I didn't want to delay that. Hi, Shannon. Uh, I love you. I hope you feel better too. Uh, I'm just sick and tired of being sick and tired. And for those of you asking, I can't get my squirrel test done until April. That's the earliest anybody could get me in. So I'm going to have to deal with this ADHD crap for several more months, and I'm not happy. But it is what it is, right? It could be worse. It could be a lot worse. So how is everybody tonight? Can someone go grab Aurora over on Facebook? Because I don't want her to miss this. I'm hot, I'm cold. I'm hot, I'm cold. I hate this. I do. But I did manage to get dressed and take a shower and do my hair and makeup. I'm supposed to go get a haircut tomorrow. Can't your regular doctor give you meds? They won't give me meds without a diagnosis. And unfortunately, my regular doctor doesn't do the testing in their office for adults. They only do children. My argument was I'm very childlike at times. They didn't fall for it. It's a small office. So anyway, hopefully, yeah, I'm not too worried. I mean, I've lived this long without it. Rose kicking ass with her boards. I saw that, Christina. I'm so proud of her. I think that is awesome. I do. So if you could hit like and subscribe and share and all that stuff, I would be eternally grateful. But we are going to talk about Scrivener tonight. I figured out the screen share. So hang on. So if you've got Scrivener on your computers, go ahead and open it up. I forgot that you can't hear me if I minimize myself. So can you see Scrivener on the screen? I just need to know if you can see it. And can you hear me? Okay. Can you see and can you hear me and see Scrivener? If someone could type yes or no in the chat, I would be very grateful. Because I don't want to start if you can't see it. Okay. I'm not sure if you all saw when I pulled up Scrivener. Could you please, somebody, leave a comment in the chat section letting me know if you saw it when I had it pulled up? Also, I need to know if you could hear me when I had it pulled up. Thanks, can see your normal screen with you, but were you able to see Scrivener? That's what I need to know. Okay, can you hear me now? And can you see Scrivener now? I knew what you meant, Christina. Can anybody see the Scrivener page? Yay, okay. So if you have Scrivener on your computer, laptop, whatever, if you'd like to go ahead and open it and you can play along, doesn't matter, it's up to you. I'm trying to do a split screen, but it's not letting me. So yeah, it's going to look weird. Okay. All right. So you open up Scrivener and you will see getting started, all blank, fiction, nonfiction, script writing, miscellaneous. Because we're talking writing, we're talking books, we're going to select fiction. We're just going to do a novel, not a novel with parts. You can do a short story if you want to. I'm just showing you how I do it and how I use it. Okay. So we're going to click on novel and open that. And we're going to title this Test Wednesday with Wench. We're going to put today's, I always date my stuff. So 10/19/2022, right? And we're going to create it. Okay. So you should see this, right? So over here on the left side, this is called the binder. Okay. So whenever I refer to binder, I'm talking about something that is over here. Okay. So novel format is a manuscript. We have one chapter. We have one scene. It starts you off with that. A section for your characters, a section for places, front matter, back matter, blah, blah, blah. Then down here you have template sheets. I would like you to open up your character sketch. Okay. You can change everything that's in the blue. I don't recommend it. I recommend adding to it. But you can add in like your love language. Fears. I think it has goals. Fears. Family tree. Anything else that you want to add, you can add in here. Okay. Then you're going to hit, then we're going to go over here and see where this is highlighted in purple on the left-hand side in the binder where it says character sketch. Double click that, backspace, and then hit enter. The reason we're doing that is so that when you type your character's name up here, John Sexy Man Go, you see how it put it over here on the left-hand side? If you don't take that one little step, of backspace, enter to get rid of where it says character sheet, the issue is that you have to go in every time you add a character. You have to go in and type the name twice. Okay, so we go up here. See this plus box up here where it says add and then a... Oh, crap, I did that wrong. I am so sorry. So we're going to delete to here. That was my bad. In my defense, I'm ill. Okay, so go back down here. Hit backspace, enter. No, we don't want to do that. Okay. There we go. Okay. So now we're adding all these blank character sheets. You can add as many as you want to. Am I going too fast? Do you have any questions yet? Okay. So we have John Sexy Man Doe. You can put his age. We'll make him 35. Location, somewhere in time. His role in the story, he's our hunky hero. His goal, to defeat the bad guy and win the love of the heroine. Okay. Physical description, personality, occupation, all of this stuff you fill out and save, right? Then you go over here and we're going to do Jane, beautiful lass, go. Okay. You see how when I typed it here, her name also showed up here. If we hadn't done that very first step where we backspaced and hit enter down here in the templates, the template sheets down here, then every single time you want to add a new character, you would not only have to type the name here, you would have to type the name here. Okay. Does that make sense? And do we have any questions on character sheets? Yeah, ignore this. I don't know why it's doing that. So tonight I'm just showing you all the stuff I do. and how I use it. So there are characters. We have a little minimizer thing, right? You can put as many characters in here as you want. Sometimes what I do is I will add a folder. Nope, hang on. Okay, so I will add a folder in the character section. And let's say this is Clan McDougal. Okay, so then under that, I can add more character sheets just for the Clan McDougal. Okay. If you're writing suspense, you could do one that says maybe the victims or the gang that's robbing the banks or whatever. You could separate it out that way. That is one of the things I also love about the character sheets. Y'all still with me? Do you have any questions at this time? Okay. So back up here to the manuscript, to chapter. You have two ways of one way of adding each of these blue folders that you see right here. See the little icon for the blue folder right here? That is a chapter. And when you want to add more chapters, you come down here, see this here, and you click on this. And that just adds as many chapters as you want. Now, what you must do is you go into chapter, click on scene, and to add extra scenes, you just hit the plus button in each of these folders. Now, why do you want to do that? Well, if I just come in here and start typing, hello, my name is Susan. How are you today? Well, that's going to name it the title of the chapter and not the scene. I have actually made this mistake before. So we will delete this. There is a trash button up here. We just delete it. Okay. So each new folder, you add scenes. Okay. Just like that. All right. Yay. So that's basically how you get started. Now, where it says places, click on that, add. Name of setting. Okay. So let's say your book might take place in several different locations. Doesn't matter if it's historical. Sorry, my blanket fell. I have a fever and my legs are cold. If you're writing historical, and let's say one part of the book takes place in Edinburgh, one part takes place in Aberdeen, one part takes place in London, whatever, Ireland, Wales, whatever. You can have a separate scene setting page for each of your locations, and it works the same way. I did that wrong. You want to do the same thing so that you don't have to type it 10 times. So I'm going to delete that. And now it's going to work just the same way your character sketches do. Okay. So name of setting, somewhere in the Nebulon district, Mars, Chicago. Oops. I have this retro keyboard, and sometimes I go a little too fast and hit the caps button. But you see how you do that? So you can minimize it, so you don't have to stare at it all the time. Okay. Yay. All right. So this is basically how I do it. Now, you can put your front matter in, manuscript format, title page. It does this all for you. You really don't have to mess with this. When you go to compile this, and we'll get to that in a little while, it'll automatically pull that stuff in for you. Okay. So let's go to scene 1. And I'm just going to type once upon a time. Whoops. In a far away land lived a princess. Okay. I write that whole scene, and then I'll click on the next scene and start that. And there's a reason why you want scenes in your novels. Ease of read. It automatically puts scene breaks in for you. Every one of these basically has a built-in scene break that you can't see. So when you go to compile this and perhaps put it in vellum or whatever it is you want to do to format your novels, it will have the 3 asterisks that separate the scenes. And when you pull it into vellum, vellum will read those 3 asterisks, know that it's a scene, and you can put your ornamental scene break in. Does that make sense? Sorry. So it's important that each folder be numbered. Like this can be your prologue. I always write prologues. That's just how I do it. Chapter 1. And you can go in and number all of these. Chapter 2. Whoops. Chapter 3. 4. And so on and so forth. Okay? And then when you're all done, you can put in an epilogue. Okay? Other things that you can do, because this, to me, I just go with the default, whatever font and size font that Scrivener wants to come up with. I don't care. Because when I compile this into a Word document and pull it into vellum, it doesn't matter what's in here. What matters is what's in vellum. And show of hands if any of you use the vellum program software. Show of hands, anybody use vellum to compile their books? I can't remember if that is a Mac only. I can't remember. Any questions yet? Okay. No, you don't use vellum? That's okay. You don't have to use vellum because Scrivener can compile for you. I just don't use it because I love vellum. I just love vellum. So anyway, so we have scene 1. We have scene 2. Well, that's the prologue. Chapter 1, scene 1. I'm just writing words. That might confuse you. Okay, so the first scene in chapter 1. Princess Eliza stared out the window of her bedchamber. Okay. I'm not good on the fly. So each scene, okay, Prince Sexy Boy. Whoops. This is a new scene. Right? And then you would have all your sentences, your paragraphs, and everything for each scene, right? Is this making sense? Good. Okay. So do you understand how to do your chapters and your scenes? Because these, I think, are the most significant things that you will need. Your character sheets, your scene setting sheets, your chapters, and your scenes. So what's cool is you can click on this, and this will show you each of your chapters, right? And you can click on here, and you can put little notes in like this. It is vitally important to set the proper scene in the prologue. Okay, you can write all sorts of little notes, all sorts of little notes. Okay, you can outline each chapter if you want to, right? You click on prologue, it will show you all the scenes in the prologue. Okay. Click on chapter 1, it'll show you all the scenes that you've written so far. Okay. Is this making sense? I hope so. Really, once you get the hang of it, it is super, super easy. Okay. So let's minimize everything. Template sheets. Let's go back to this. Okay. Let's say you wrote a scene in chapter 4. This is a scene in chapter 4, right? It was an exciting scene. I like this scene. Okay. So let's say you're going through this and you're reading things and you realize this particular scene right here might be better suited in chapter 1. All you got to do is drag it up to chapter 1. That right there, honest to God, is my most favorite feature in Scrivener. Because sometimes I do write out of order. Okay? I will get a scene stuck in my head and I will go down, and lots of times I will take a folder and I will just label it notes. Okay? I'll have special notes in here. I will have important scenes. Okay? Okay? So if I'm writing out of order, which I have been known to do before, okay, then I can just move everything around. Is this making sense? Are we all on the same page? Is it making sense? The chat is really lagging. Okay, so I'm just pulling up the chat. Okay, so nobody's writing anything. All right. So, okay, so I'm just pulling up the chat. Sorry. So is this making sense? I've used it before though. Okay. All right. Well, that's good. That's good that you've used it before. A lot of people hadn't. And they kept asking me about Scrivener, how to use Scrivener. It's too hard to learn how to use. This basically is really all I use it for. Okay. You can outline. They have, each chapter, it has notes, right? Chapter 1, you could do a synopsis. I don't do all that. Oh, you can add an image here if you want to use something as a visual stimulator or a visual reminder. Maybe you've got a picture of a hunky guy that in this particular chapter, it's all about him. You could just drag and drop that into here. You're doing a good job explaining. Yay, I'm glad. You could do the same thing in your scene settings. Where did I put scenes? I mean, your locations. Where did that go? Epilogue, characters, places over here, right? So you can add an image here if you've got a picture of Scotland that you want to add, or you've got a picture of the Chicago skyline, or you've got a picture of a ranch out in Wyoming, or whatever it is. You can just drag the image in there, and I will show you. Don't look at my, just kidding. Hang on just a second. Do I have an image? I got lots of images. Some I don't want you to see. Anyway, I'll just take this and I'll drag it into here. Okay. I'm not sure if you were able to see how I did that, but I was able to pull it off of my desktop and pull it into here. Okay. Lots of people use these. I very seldom do. I primarily, like I did use it a lot when I was writing In the Echo of a Kiss, and that was my first and only paranormal romance that I've written thus far. And I did a lot of Celtic folklore research. Sorry, a little pang. So I had lots of pictures, lots of visuals, so that I could describe it correctly. I had lots of notes on like different things like kelpies and just water dragons, all sorts of different things, right? Oh, Shannon, that's too funny. So far that we've got, okay. And again, you can minimize if you have finished your prologue, you can minimize it. You finish each chapter, just minimize it. Okay. You can minimize whatever you want to. Okay. Character sheets are one of my favorite things. There's so much I do love about Scrivener. It's just ridiculous. It does have a place for notes. Okay, and you can just put your notes here if you want to. I never mess with the front matter, but we might want to. Manuscript format, title page. Okay, it automatically pulls this up for you. I hate this title page. So when I go to compile, which I'm going to show you here in a minute, I usually leave this off. You do not have to have a title page. Nobody prints off manuscripts anymore. It's all digital. So you really, as far as I'm concerned, you don't need it. Paperback information, yeah, all of that stuff. But again, I don't use it in Scrivener because I just compile to a Word doc and pull it into Vellum. Okay. So let's get rid of front matter. So what I'm going to do is file, open recent. Let's pull something from ASA. Okay. We're going to pretend this is in a Word doc, right? That this ASA, don't use anything else, is a Word doc. Just for the purposes of this. Okay. And I'm just going to highlight just this scene, copy. Okay. So let's say we come in here, new folder. Let's say you've written something in Word for whatever reason. You started your book in Word simply because you weren't, using Scrivener, didn't know how. You could do a copy and paste out of Word right into Scrivener. I'm so sorry, Aurora. You can watch it. You can rewind and watch. I'm so sorry, honey. I'm having a diverticulitis attack, and I hear you've got a kidney infection. I'm running a slight fever, and I'm in just a itty bitty little amount of pain. And I had to start early because I didn't know if I was going to still be awake at 7. So I'm so sorry, darling. I really am. Please forgive me. So anyway, you could just copy and paste from Word docs, okay? You can do this, okay? Where is ASA? Okay, so let's say this is my... Oh, this is the wrong one. Okay, so let's just pretend that this was the epilogue, right? Or no, back up. So this is how I do it, okay? I always have a prologue, the main part of the book, the epilogue, and then 99% of the time, I like to have the prologue to the next book in that series at the end of my current work in progress. Okay. Why don't I have... Okay. So we'll just pretend that this... I'm sorry. I've been doing almost all of my writing on my laptop and I didn't pull anything over to the Big Mac. So we're going to pretend that this right here, this section is the prologue book in the series. Okay. Watch the magic of what you can do. You can pull this over here. And now everything that was in this here now in your next series. How freaking cool is that, right? Are you liking this right now? Why is it doing that? It should not be doing that. Why is it double? I don't, oh, because I haven't started. Hang on. There we go. Okay, so what do you guys think so far? Did you know it could do all those things? Did you know you can drag and drop from one Scrivener project into another? Did you know you can change your character template sheets, your place or settings, scene setting template sheets? Did you know you just copy and paste out of a Word document and put it in here into Scrivener? I watched a lot of tutorials, okay, to get this far. Okay, so back to Scrivener. Okay, so we've written the entire book. We're all done. We're ready to send it to our editor. Okay, we go up here to File and Compile right here. Well, what do we want to compile it into? Well, I want to compile it into a Word document. Okay, so it says manuscript, which is just going to be a Word doc. Okay. Wait a minute. You go up here and you choose Microsoft Word Docs. Okay. I just use manuscript Times New Roman. What's cool is, let's say I have some empty, I had added scenes, but I forgot to delete them. You click whatever you want, right? You just click it. Oh, no. Okay. You just uncheck those. And when you hit compile, those things are not going to show up in your compiled document. Oops. In a momento, I got to go pull this up off the. Oops. Okay. Okay, so I'm pulling up my Microsoft Word doc that I just compiled. I had it saved right to my desktop. Oh, crap. I hate when Word has to verify. It annoys the hell out of me. But anyway, you can just open it up and you will see that everything you want is right there. I didn't uncheck the title page or any of that, but I normally do uncheck because I don't need the title page. I don't need the front matter when I'm in the editing process. I hope you feel better too, Aurora. I know how bad kidney infections hurt. We are going to unshare this for a minute while Word does what it must do. Fever's breaking. If I start sweating, I apologize. What questions does anybody have at this point? Do you have any questions? Anything you just really, really want to know? I thought I did really good on my eye makeup to being sick. Yes, even when sick, except like a couple weeks ago when I was down with whatever the hell plague I had. I didn't do makeup for a couple days. Does anybody have any questions at this point, at this time? There is such a lag tonight. Is this helping in any way, shape, or form? I got a tea. Yeah, Microsoft is still verifying. This is one more reason why I don't write in Word. There are lots of reasons why I don't like Microsoft Word. I'm not going to go into all of them here, but let's just say all my book disasters happened because of issues with Word. So, something else that I use that I'm going to share with all of you is called Zoho. Now, Zoho.com, I put a link in the chat. Zoho is free. Okay, Zoho.com. Okay. So once we get Microsoft Word verified and I can pull up the document so you can see what it looks like. Oh, I hate Word. I despise Word. I despise it. It's right up there with Daryl Brooks. Is everybody okay? Are you still with me? I feel like I've lost people because there's nothing in chat. Any questions yet while we're waiting for Microsoft Word to verify itself? I hate it. Bobby. My Word, if I don't open it, this is the only thing that Word does, and I don't know why, Bobby. I don't know why. But if I haven't opened it in a while, I go to open up a document, and it goes through this whole verify Microsoft Word bullshit. Sorry. So that's the only thing I'm waiting for, Bobby, is for Word to get done doing whatever black magic it needs to do in order for me to just open up a flipping document. Word is the bane of my existence. I just not. We can look at your settings for Word later. Thank you, Bobby. But it still won't open it. And I done again why. Hi, Swifty Nifty. Yes, I'm on early tonight. I have diverticulitis and a fever. And I thought I better come in early because I wasn't sure if I would make it to 7. Oh, what word disasters have happened. Oh. Okay. This was on Roman's Lady. It was either Finley's Last or Roman's Lady. I can't remember which book. I'd written the entire book, edited it, sent it to my editor, got all my changes done, everything, saved it. Back then, we had to, there wasn't vellum. There was no way to just, I think there was maybe caliber, but I couldn't wrap my head around caliber. So you would have to put your hyperlinks in for each chapter heading, and so that you could do a table of contents. It was just, oh, there it is. Okay. It was just a flippin' nightmare. Okay, so we're going to share. Hang on. We're going to pause for a second, and we're going to share this, okay? So here's the document. Okay. So I didn't delete the title page and all that. But you can see the little number sign? That is a scene break. You need those for formatting, no matter what you're using. You need the scene breaks, whether it's 3 asterisks or it's a pound sign, it doesn't matter. You need those for your scene breaks for when you go to create your ebook or even your paperback. Okay, but you see all the chapters. You can see the one that I copied and pasted. Okay, you can see all of this, right? And it ends with chapter 19. Okay, which I didn't personally number. Scrivener will automatically, if I don't type in a chapter name or a chapter number, it will automatically do that for me. Okay, so back to why I hate Word. So I had just written this book. Yeah, Mac to Microsoft can be a bit testy. Bobby is right. So anyway, wrote the book. It's all edited. Everything's ready to go. It's in ebook format. I upload it to Amazon. It goes live. And within 20 minutes, I got people emailing me. Sorry, hang on. Okay, if I don't laugh, I'll cry. That hurts. Anyway, I got people calling me, people emailing me, letting me know, Susan, there's a problem with your book. Do you know we can read the comments that your editor left? They're in ebook. No, because I had gotten rid of all the track changes. I had taken all the comments out. I had done everything on my end. This is an absolutely pristine manuscript. There are no comments. There are no issues. It even had the red underlining. Like when, you know how it will like do an underline if you've misspelled a word in Word? It'll kind of highlight it or whatever. Everything was in the ebook. Everything. And I'm like, what the actual hell? So I opened up my file and it was fine. And so I uploaded it again. I've got my rep on the phone and he's trying to help me. But that did the same thing over again. So the third time I opened up the Word document, none of my edits were there. None of my changes. Nothing that I had lost 4 whole days of editing that I had done, that Catherine Lynn Davis had done. No, it was before Catherine Lynn. Maybe it was Judy when I was still using Judy. Anyway, everything was gone. All my edits, all my changes, everything. 4 entire days worth of work. So I'm cussing like a drunken sailor with Tourette's. Seriously, I'm in tears. I'm cussing. My husband's like, what's wrong? And he knows, don't try to fix anything for me. I'll fix it myself. Just listen to me and let me vent for a minute, right? And I'm like, this is a venting moment. Just listen. He's like, okay. So in 18 hours, with like maybe 2 hours worth of sleep, I did 4 days worth of edits and changes. Oh, I'm not done. It gets better, Ashley. Make all the final changes. And then you had to do something with Word. I can't remember what the process was back then. But what was happening was every time I'd go to save it, even if I was using a new name, like, Finley's Last 3.0 or whatever, Word, for some stupid reason, was changing the entire document. Now, keep in mind, Susie writes really big books, right? This is a big book. This is like 120, 130,000 words. It changed the entire book to one big table of contents that was like 7,000 pages long. So I'm on the phone with my rep. I'm like, Chris, I'm sobbing. It's like, I don't know what to do. I sent it to him. They put everything on hold, took the book down. I sent him the manuscript because he's like, let us see what we can do. It took Amazon's tech team, we're talking Amazon, 3 entire days of trying to fix this book, and they couldn't fix it. They had to strip everything out and turn it into an RTF document, a rich text format document. And then they had to reformat it. I mean, it was an absolute freaking nightmare. So after that's all over, I was wearing earrings that didn't match. Oh my God. I don't know if you can see that or not, but they don't match. Maybe the fever is a little higher than I anticipated. Anyway, so while all this is going on, my husband, God, I love this man. I really do. So he waited until the whole fiasco was over with. And he came, and I don't have an office yet or anything. This is really early on in my career. I still was working in my bedroom on a card table with a folding chair, right? And my little laptop. And he comes in and he says, Susie, I know you don't like me to try and fix things for you, but I found this thing called Scrivener that looks really, really cool. And it has nothing to do with Microsoft Word. And I'm like, oh my God, what is it? So he sent me the link and I downloaded it. I'm like, oh my God, this makes my brain hurt. And I'm like, that problem with Word is never going to happen again. He's just wasted his $75 or whatever it was. So I started writing the book, and I thought before it goes live or anything, I'm going to test it again. Different book, whole new files, whole new everything. Did the same damn thing again. Thankfully, I'd only done like 3 or 4 chapters, right? So that's when I decided, okay, pull out Scrivener. So I pull out Scrivener and I'm like, oh my God, this is like it written in tongues and Sanskrit. What the hell? And if you haven't noticed, if you didn't know this about me, when it comes to technology, some technology, I can be easily frustrated. And I was frustrated with Scrivener. So I decided, okay, calm yourself down, Blondie, and go Google and see if there are any tutorials. So I went to YouTube and I Googled how to use Scrivener or whatever. And I found these awesome tutorials. And I'm like, oh, it does this. Chapters. Hi, Rose. It does chapters. It does, scenes. It does character sheets, all of that. So that's when I started using Scrivener. So I've used it for quite some time. I would rather chew glass than write another book in Word. That's just how I feel. I'm not a tea. Anyway, so this is why we use Word. For those of you who are just joining us, I did start early because I'm having a diverticulitis attack and it's quite painful. And I started run fevers last night. Oh yeah, I hate Word. I do. I don't care if Bill Gates is watching this right now. I can't stand him or his Microsoft products. Although I do like Excel. We'll give him that. But as for the rest of it, no. Hate it. Hate Word. Hate Word. Hate Word. Hate Word. And I don't like Pages any better than I like Word. Not a huge fan of authors who use it. It's my dad. Hang on. Hey, Daddy. Nothing. Just working. How are you? I'm live on the internet talking to people about writing, but I always take your call, Daddy. That's okay, Dad. That's okay. What did you want? Nothing? Did you just miss me? Oh, yeah? How'd that go? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Oh, good. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Yay. You're going to need it, right? Because power bills are so expensive. Oh, ours is higher than that. I think we're going to have to start harvesting organs pretty soon. I know. I have no idea, Daddy. You'd have to call her and ask her. I haven't got a clue. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Well, let me know. Okay. Anything else I can help you with, Daddy? Go get $1 million. I'm trying, honey. I'm trying. I got to write some more books. Okay, Daddy. Bye-bye. Yes, I love my dad. Yeah, I lost my mother a few years ago. So Dad is really, I don't have any, yeah. So I'm sorry about that, but I always take Dad's call unless I'm like, really indisposed, like I'm in the toilet or something, but he's a good guy. He took me a couple years ago for my colonoscopy. If that wasn't a riot, the stories I can tell you about that. Okay, but I digress. Squirrel graphics. Here's our squirrels. Anyway, The reason I started early tonight, for those of you just joining us, I've got a diverticulitis attack. I've got a fever. I'm in pain, but I did not want to miss out on doing Scrivener for all of you. So those of you who missed the Scrivener presentation, you can just watch this, go back to the beginning. Oh, Diana, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. That is absolutely devastating to lose a parent. Nothing puts your mortality more in check than when you lose a parent. So I'm truly, truly sorry, honey. I really am. So did anybody who is here have any more questions about Scrivener? Okay, so after I compile my manuscript into Word, I started using something called Zoho. So hang on. We're going to share a screen. This is Zoho.com. Okay. It's free. You don't have to pay for anything. But it has this writer. I know you can't see where it says writer. Okay. But you can upload a new document. I'm going to upload it from my computer. Browse. Go to desktop. And our test. Okay. Open now. Okay. So one of the biggest questions I get is editing questions. What is your process for editing? Well, we use Zoho now. I pull in my completed manuscript into Zoho. Okay. And you can see that the book is here. I might just open another one. Let's just open one that's actually done so you can see. Okay. So here's Muriel. Ready, file, compose, review. Okay. So this works just like Word does with your track changes. You can leave comments and stuff. But there was something I wanted to tell you about Scrivener, and I've thought it 3 times now, and I've lost it 3 times now. Oh, you couldn't see it? Shoot. Sorry. What was I going to tell you about Scrivener? This is Zoho. Okay. Let's just go back to Zoho. I'm sorry that you couldn't see it. Okay. Zoho.com. This is the tool that we use for editing. I go into Writer, which is down here at the bottom of the page. Okay. I can upload files, upload a document, okay, from my desktop because that's where I saved test. Uploading, open now. Okay. So that book, that pretend book that we all just created together earlier, I just pull it into here. Okay. But I have this copy of Muriel that I wanted to show you because it's actually a book, and this one's already published and stuff. But it works almost just like Word. You can add comments. My editor can add comments over here. She can insert here. She can highlight that and then enter a comment there. Good work or whatever. Okay. Add. Okay. So we've got the comment here. Is this making sense now? Can you see it now? I hope it though. Okay. So I just wanted to touch this really, really briefly. Zoho is free. You can track your changes, all markup. It works just like Word. But what's really nice is my editor can be here working, making her changes, and I can watch what she's doing live. Okay. It's one file. There is no emailing back and forth, links or not links, but files. Because I think sometimes when you're emailing back and forth, here's what happens. I write a book, save it to Word, I email it to my editor. She's going to save it on her computer as whatever. Okay? It's not going to be the same file extension that I saved, right? So she finishes and sends it, emails it back to me. So now I have to save that copy to my computer. So now at that point, I have at least 2 copies of the same damn book on my computer, right? It is kind of like Google Docs, but not. I don't have to worry about this getting hacked because the security levels are much, much higher. Anyway, so when I'm done with my changes, I might send it back to Catherine for ZOHO. I might have to send it back to Catherine Lynn for another once over. That's very rare. Don't usually do that, but have been known to have to do that before. Can you read this chapter or this part? She'll make her changes. She's got it saved to something else, sends it back. I make my changes. I've got to save her document as like a copy of, or, Catherine Lynn Davis's changes part 2, whatever. So now I have this 3rd or 4th file that I have to that I have to email to my final proofer. Okay. So that she can make all her changes. Well, when she gets it, she's going to save it as a different extension on her computer, right? So now we've got 4 or 5 copies of the same damn book out there. She's emailing it back to me. I accept her changes, do whatever. There's too many damn copies of the same book that are floating out there. And it's been known to happen where I've contacted somebody that says, hey, did you save your copy of this? Maybe my computer crashed or whatever. Did you save a copy of Black Richard's Heart or Muriel or whatever? Yes, I did. Well, they've emailed it back to me, but it's their version, not my final version. So then I got to do the process all over again. Okay. So you see where it's getting crazy, right? That's why you use Zoho. Okay. One file. It's in the cloud. You can password protect it. The security at Zoho, I'm really, really pleased with. I can see what my editor's doing live as she's doing it, if I so choose. We can chat at the same time live with each other. I can ask her a question. Hey, why didn't you like that? Or if she puts in a comment like, this made me, laugh so hard I peed my pants, I can say something like, oh, I'm so glad that you found the humor, whatever. We can communicate live in Zoho, in Writer, as she's working. Then my final proofer, when KLD's done, then I email my final proofer, my daughter Emily, and I say, it's done. Can you go in and final proof it? So it's still only one file. One. And all the changes that anybody has made to that document is right there. If my computer crashes, it doesn't matter. I can go onto Zoho.com. Yeah, let me put the link in here one more time. I can go into Zoho.com, log into my account, and it's there. I love, love, love Zoho. It's freaking awesome. So then, I'll screen share again. Okay. So when I'm done with this, I can file and download as a Word doc, right? I'm going to uncheck. I don't want the comments. I just want it to download the manuscript. And it would let me know when it's downloaded. Probably is. And then in a momento, I'm trying to find Vellum. Okay. Oh, it's colored. I am so sorry. I should have these updates sooner. I apologize. Oh yeah, Diana. I love Zoho. I absolutely love Zoho. It is phenomenal. Okay. Now, some of you do use Vellum, some of you don't. That's okay. Import Word file. I'm starting a whole brand new one. Downloads. And I downloaded, I think it was a copy of Muriel. Yeah. Okay. So, chapter 1. I don't know if I have any. Yep. See my scene breaks? It pulled it in from the Word document that pulled it in from Scrivener. Scene breaks. And you could see that there's a scene break here, but I don't have anything. Vellum will take your Word documents, Diana, and compile it into every possible ebook that you could imagine. It will do it for Apple, Nook, Kobo, Amazon, whatever. Okay. It'll do a generic EPUB for you. And it just compiles everything for you. Okay. I'm just showing you really quick that some of the reasons why I like Vellum. But when you go to generate your book, I don't even want to. Okay. Select desktop, new folder, test Wednesday night with the Wench. Okay. Choose. And then, okay. So it will do all your ebook platforms. Okay. You can do it for print. Do that separately, though. I'm going to tell you why. Because you need your separate ISBN for print. Don't use the same file for print that you use for your ebook. You can use the entire same file, except you have to change the copyright page to insert the appropriate ISBN for your paperback. Your ISBN for your paperback has to be different than the ISBN you use for your ebook. Okay? So I'm going to compile and generate. Now what's cool is you go in once and you add your store links, and it automatically pulls store links in for each and every one of your stores. Vellum does. I think there's a way to use Vellum on, I'm going to have to ask somebody. Isn't there a Mac Cloud thing that you can use, a website on the cloud where you can go and use a Mac if you only have a PC? Okay, so this is going to pull up the EPUB that I just just compiled in or created in Vellum. And it's pulling it in to here. I didn't put the cover on it. Okay, but you can see how pretty that looks, right? And if I'm going too fast, I'm really sorry. But Muriel, you would put your title page in here. It makes your table of contents for you. Title page, Muriel. And then you can put the title, subtitle, series name, your name, the ISBN, all of that. You pull in your ebook cover. Okay, you just pull it in. Let's see. Images. I'm just going to play with a cover. Do I have one? Okay, we'll just pull this in. Okay. All right. So this is the cover. Sorry. It pulls in the cover. You add your title page. You add who your publisher is. You can delete that. You can add like chapter 28. You can, okay, chapter 1, if that's your prologue, you can convert it to a prologue. Okay? And it renumbers everything for you. This is untitled for whatever reason. There were 2 asterisks. So what I do is highlight and then merge selected chapters. because I know this second scene that didn't belong to a chapter belonged to chapter 6, etc., etc. But this is a tutorial for a whole other night. So what questions do you have about Scrivener? I know I touched on Scrivener, Zoho, and Vellum. I pulled up an article that compares Atticus for PC users to Vellum as an alternative. Yes, I've seen Atticus. I've not used Atticus. I don't know how expensive it is. So I can't speak to it, but I know some people who use it. I even know people, if I'm thinking of the right one, I believe it's Atticus. They write their entire books in Atticus. They don't use Scrivener or anything else. They just write it in Atticus. So you have lots of options. Lots of options. But I love Scrivener simply because I find it very easy to use. I can move scenes around. I can outline each chapter if I want to, or I can put important notes on the side. I just really, really, really love Scrivener. Yeah, Bobby, you could check it out, but I don't know enough about it. If it's the one I think it is, I've heard really great things about it. Author's best friend, Atticus.io. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. You can write your book. You can format your book. It's got a built-in editor. Oh, I know what I wanted to show you about Scrivener. Yay! Susie remembered. Okay. Let's go back here. All right. Okay. Now I remember what I wanted to tell you about Scrivener, another thing that I love about it. Okay. So you're going along and you're just writing, and you've realized that possibly you may have used the word, let's see, angry way too many times, right? Put your cursor there, up here. See the dictionary? It's going to give you the definition of that. And then you can go to the thesaurus, the built-in thesaurus. Love the built-in thesaurus. I use it all the time. And it will give you all the different words that you can use instead of angry or mad. Oh, I thought I was. Sorry. Okay. My bad. Here we go. Okay. So you've written the word angry way too many times. Put your cursor at the end of the word. Click on dictionary. It'll pull up the definition of that word. And then over here at the top, see that beautiful word called a thesaurus? Look at that. Look at that. It gives you all sorts of different words to use instead of angry or mad. You can click on a word, seething, and you can go to the thesaurus and see if that fits, right? And it will give you examples of how to use that word properly. Can you see that? I know. I absolutely love the thesaurus. I do. It is one of the simplest things in the world to do. Relentless. Another example. It's already in there. Move the cursor at the end of the word. Click on dictionary, which is right here. Nope. Okay. Dictionary. Oh, come on. I don't know why it's doing that. My computer's been just really weird all day. Okay. So you can click on the word and it's going to give you the definition of the word. It's got the thesaurus built in, and I flippin' love that. Do this. Nightmare. Show you again. Dictionary, thesaurus, bad dream, night terrors, incubus, rare. I don't even know what the hell that word is. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. Horror, torment, trial, burden. You see? How freaking cool is that? It's built right in. You didn't know that? Yeah. That's one of the other features that I absolutely love about Scrivener, is that built-in thesaurus. Because I'm so glad you can't see my desk. My desk is very crowded. I clean it every morning, and by the end of the day, it's just filled with crap again. There's a table somewhere that shows you how many times words are used, but I don't remember where to click to find it now. In Scrivener, let's see here. Okay, let's open up the Scrivener. This is, I don't know. Search and project. Any word. Let's say angry. And then it'll show you how many times that word was used over here in the binder. Okay. Did that help, Bobby? Okay. You can also do Control Find if you're on a Mac. I love my keyboard shortcuts. I do. Now, Bobby likes to do voice memos, and she will put the punctuation in and stuff. And then I forget what, I think, is it OneNote you use, Bobby? I forget what Bobby uses, but you can use, do voice to text, and then convert it into a document, and then you can just pull that document into Scrivener, or you can copy and paste or whatever. Do y'all have any other questions about Scrivener? Oh yeah, project targets. Thank you. I'm so sorry. Bobby, I'm so glad you showed up. Okay, so back to our test. Okay. So here is the test book that we've all been on together. Okay. You go up here to project settings. Okay. That's not it. My fever is getting really high. Show project targets. I apologize, people. Whew. Anyway, show project targets. Okay, see this little box right here? Make sure I'm screen sharing. Okay, so manuscript target. I don't like to do pages. I like to do words. Okay, so reset words. Right here, you can highlight where it says 0. Let's say you know that this manuscript has got to be 85,000 words long, right? Type in the 85,000. You come down here to options. Okay, session target. You can reset it. Count text written anywhere in the project. You can allow negatives, whatever. Show target notifications, automatically calculate, draft target, show overrun, deadline. Okay, so what is it? October 19th. So let's say we want to finish this book by December 30th, 2022. Enter in the date there. Go up to session target. Automatically calculate from the draft deadline. And let's say you know you can write every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but you can't write Thursday or Friday, but you can write Saturday. You click OK. This tells you on those days that you write that you need to write at least 2,049 words in order to hit that December 30, 2022 deadline. It shows you that you have 41 days left for completion. What do you think of that? Do you see it? That is another. I don't even know where my thermometer is, but I can feel my fever going up. But anyway, I'm so sorry, people. But that is another feature that I just love because it calculates for you. You don't have to do the math. Yes, that's in Scrivener, Diana. That is in Scrivener. Okay. And I'm going to exit out of Word. Okay. And if you decide that, and if you hit it sooner, that's okay. That's okay. And if you decide it's starting to get really big, or your editor's called and says you need another 15,000, you can always just come in here add the 15,000, which would make it 100,000. Okay. Option. Okay. And now you know you've got to write 2,415 per day. Okay. Then what's really nice is as you type, hello world. It was a dark and stormy night. Do you see what's happening over here? Counting the words for you. Bobby G was hitting the whiskey again. Okay. So every word, it's going to count it for you. Project statistics, and then at the bottom of that screen, hit word frequency. Oh, okay. Thank you, Bobby. Project statistics. Oh, there it is. Project statistics. Pages, shortest document, 3 words, average document length. Sweet. I didn't know about this, Bobby. I'm so glad you're here. And then options. List of words to ignore. Oh, wow. This is really cool. See, you learn something new every day, including me. And then hit word frequency. Okay. Word frequency. I see compiled, selected documents, options. Oh, there it is. Word frequency. Oh, wow. Cool. That is wicked cool. Oh, Bobby, I love you, darling. I do. Did you all see how that happened? You go to project statistics. This pops up, selected documents, and then word frequency. And it will count how many times you've used a word in your document or in your scene or whatever. So that you know if you've used the word too much, right? One of the ways I used to do that was in Word was just do a control find and then type in the word, and then I can see, oh my gosh, I've used it, or I have used beautiful, or I have used, whatever, way too many times. So is this helping? I think so. It will sort it. I love you, Bobby. That's awesome. Oh, okay, folks. My fever's coming up. I can feel it. Don't know if I'll be here Friday night or not. I will keep you all posted, but I have got to go lay down. I've got to get some pajamas on, and I've got to get under a blanket, and I need to take some Advil to break this fever. But anyway, I love you all. Thank you all for being here tonight. I hope I was helpful. Next week, we'll probably do a deeper dive into Zoho maybe, or we could do a deeper dive into Vellum, or we could just continue to talk about Scrivener. I will let you all know. Okay. But just may you find all the beautiful words this week, right? May the words flow for you. May your muse sing sweetly to you. May you find all the beautiful words and just have a really, really fabulous rest of your week and a great weekend. And I will see you all next week. I love you. Oh, thank you all. I'll feel better. This is not my first rodeo when it comes to diverticulitis. Anyway, love you all. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.